Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our anti-heroes have succeeded in another hostile takeover. The Forsaken beat a werewolf into submission. Echo helped intimidate Remy Pancake into changing his name, and Quinny made sure Remy took over the Faithless. But what will happen now that our heroes turned their attention to the slaughterhouses? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Dum-Dums, although with a little asterisk, I guess, since you're one Dum-Dum and two murderers.
Say Dum-Dum's dark.
That's Dum-Dum's Knights.
Yeah, Dum-Dum's Force.
Okay, Dum-Dum's Force, you've
Sigma Squad.
returned to the Elf Song Tavern in Baldur's Gate, having successfully installed Remy Darkness, nay Pancake, as...
Nay?
Yeah, yeah. It's his maiden name.
That dude is single.
He's married to the job.
It's established him as kingpin of Twin Songs,
All
having
handled, no blade.
successfully murdered Straight Stick and moved the Faithless, his gang, who were a little bit twitchy about all the territory they were losing, over to Remy. You've inspired him with a combination of abject terror from the Forsaken and persuasion from Quinny to abandon his name Pancake in favor of Darkness in order to be taken seriously as a gang.
And Echo inspired him. Just through misinterpretation. She was trying to threaten him and he took it the wrong way.
Oh, that's true. Yes, yes, yes. He was. He thinks Echo is a dear friend of his now. He's curious about playing knives, but also scared of getting stabbed, which honestly, pretty safe way to approach Echo, I think, just in general.
Boring.
He truly is. So you've left him to his fiefdom with a promise of cooperation, safety, as well as a promise to consult with Nine Fingers Keen before moving against Diamond Urchin and Brampton, which may or may not happen now, depending on how Nine Fingers Keen rules. So, having set them up, you've struck another blow to the Nightmare Lord's control of the city by strengthening the guild. And there's still plenty of day left. The Forsaken is a little bit injured from his fight with Death Wolf, Moss's werewolf roulette persona. However, he has proclaimed he's fine and can't heal with the power of atheism anyway, so he continues on. You've decided that the time has come to make a play for the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
In order to help the kingpin of Sow's Foot, Ryan Belcher, whose burger joints, that place and that other place, have been lacking the necessary meat to keep his gangs fed and the area under his thumb after the Hamhawks slaughterhouse moved. So your mission is to try and get Hamhawk Slaughterhouse to move from Stony Eyes back to Sow's Foot. The owner, Tabby Hamhawk, moved the operation to Stony Eyes at the behest of the kingpin of Stony Eyes, BJ Harvey. This has left Ryan Belcher in quite a difficult spot and has generally made the people of Stony Eyes very mad because of the slaughterhouse smells and has left Sow's Foot slowly withering on the vine. So your plan is to lure BJ Harvey and his weird dad Bob to a slaughterhouse and blow it up to convince Tabby that it is not worth the pain and suffering of keeping it here, as well as decapitating the command structure of Stony Eyes. So far, you have determined that Grandpa Warwick will be in charge of convincing BJ Harvey, or possibly BJ Harvey by way of Bob, to go to the slaughterhouse, which you plan to rig with explosives. You have no explosives, and you have not visited the slaughterhouse, which is where we find you this early evening of Baldur's Gate.
So, Hitman, where will we find these explosives?
Well, we're starting to build up a network here, or I guess reestablish the criminal element network. So, yeah, we've got the ducks, as I think they're called now, for smuggling across the river. They might know a thing or two about explosives coming into or out of Baldur's Gate, so we could ask them. Diamond, what's her last name? Diamond Urchin. I feel like she's not an ally. She's not an enemy, but I don't think we can count on her for much right now. She's very much in her own situation.
Well, I mean, we could always buy it. I have 995 gold.
I think that might have to go towards a black market purchase of explosives. I've got my 1,100 gold.
Camera pans to Gartok somewhere deep inside Moss. Just wants 5 gold so bad.
Still has 5 gold.
I do.
Yeah.
There's 5 gold.
Give it back, right?
I was given an
Warwick asked for
allowance.
his gold back, and I gave it
I
back.
asked for my allowance.
Yeah.
So we could buy explosives. That's easy.
Yep. I think it's important that we check out the slaughterhouse because A, the bloody hands are going to be guarding it, and B, we need to know the optimal place to put these explosives. We also need to figure out how we're going to disguise them. My thinking is
Put them in Grandpa Warwick's wheelchair.
Should I become Grandpa Warwick so we can plan with him?
How much of this conversation is he going to retain when he comes out?
You had said previously that we should only bring him out at the last moment before pointing him at a target because he was incapable of planning.
I thought that was only for pissing, but maybe is it just a general rule for Grandpa Warwick?
After my experience with him on the last mission, I would say last second is as close as we want to get.
I mean, it's hard because he's very gullible, so you can convince him that a lot of things are true, but... Oh, no, you're probably right.
We're just trying to plan here. We're not trying to trick any of our group into doing anything right now.
I mean, I'm fine with tricking him.
I know you are, and I am too, but we're not trying to do that.
I'm thinking we just jam that wheelchair full of dynamite that we can take down. Then I take it out of the wheelchair at the location and spread it around. I don't know. It's a nice chair. And then, it's perfect. Everyone dies.
Okay, disguised as a wheelchair. I also had maybe disguised as like barrels of salt, because it's a slaughterhouse, keeping the meat. I was thinking barrels of...
So you're thinking we should open a shipping concern?
I was thinking we just put barrels around structural points and label it stuff that people won't look at.
But how do we bring them in, Hitman?
Well, like...
Grandpa Warwick, the salt man?
Well, I mean, the wheelchair is only so much explosive. We need to blow up a whole slaughterhouse. We need it at multiple points, I think. We need to take a look at this place.
All right, so step 1, we go look at the building.
And then when
Step 1, look.
Thank you. And then when we see what our explosive situation is like, when we buy these explosives, how big are they? Are they going to be barrels and barrels, or are they going to be big explosion, little package? Like, we need to figure that out as well. If it's big explosion, little package... One bomb in a wheelchair sounds great.
So
except,
we look.
Then Moss doesn't have a wheelchair anymore, which is...
Well, I was saying we'd take Grandpa Warwick in, and I could go as Buddy, his grandson, and spread the explosives.
That's your cover? Is that what you guys did?
Yes.
Yeah, Buddy is Grandpa Warwick's grandson. Yes.
And that worked?
It worked for Grandpa Warwick and
all right.
Freddie, but Freddie died ugly.
Good enough.
It's his truth now.
Okay. Grandpa Warwick's truth. Not that Freddie died ugly. You got it. Okay.
Well, I mean, that's a universal truth.
That's
Subjective fact.
That's definitely a truth, too.
Okay.
We all saw that.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. So, let's check out the slaughterhouse then.
We look, we buy, we bomb.
So we got to head to...
Step 2,
not Southfoot,
buy?
but
Yep.
Stony Eyes.
Stony Eyes.
Buy explosive?
Yeah, that's what we need to buy, correct.
Step 3, explode the explosives?
When put into position.
With BJ
Maybe
and
step
Bob
3
Harvey
is
in the slaughterhouse.
Put, lure,
step
and
3.
explode. It's a 5-step plan.
Yeah.
Place.
Source explosives, make friends with the Harveys, rig the
Wait, who are
slaughterhouse to
we
explode.
luring in?
Bob and BJ Harvey?
BJ Harvey?
You're making detailed notes. Excellent work, murder child. Planning ahead. Make this
Avoid-
suffering
Practice my
last.
printing.
Avoid, kill, recruit the Bloody Hands gang members because they're going to stop us from trying to blow it up if they know that we're trying to blow it up.
Oh, we're adding a lot of numbers now, or is this just general advice?
Just general advice. The optimal strategy is to do this without them knowing.
Oh,
And
well,
they
then let's just aim
explode.
for that.
Yeah. It's nice to have a
Do
backup,
we
though.
have an in with BJ Harvey?
Grandpa Warwick is our
Warwick.
in.
Yeah, but
The friendliest old man in Baldur's Gate.
does BJ Harvey like confused old men?
No, but
His
his dad, Bob,
sounds like a
Oh,
confused
his
old
dad,
man.
Bob.
Old people love every other old person.
So really,
making
you're
a lot of
luring BJ Harvey
generalizations here.
and Bob?
Yes, we killed them both.
Oh, jeez.
Are you going off of the logic that Grandpa Warwick made friends with Straight Stick?
Correct.
That all old people love other old people? Because Straight Stick had a wife, and she was also old, and they didn't like each other enough to stay married.
I bet she was a little younger.
She's an old woman. Is that your sticking point? That she's just under the cutoff for
How
being
old do you think she was?
She's an old woman.
When you say old, what's old to you?
I don't know, 70, 80, something like that.
Okay, what's old to you?
Wait, what are we doing? Let's go.
I want to know what old is.
More than this many?
Holds up 9 fingers.
Okay, see, we got a range here on what old is.
How are you still butthole underneath it all?
I am the Forsaken.
All right, let's hang on to that.
I do have a
go to the
butthole under here,
slaughterhouse.
though. He says, looking at his armor.
And off you go to investigate the slaughterhouse. So you make your way. The elf song is in Brampton, so you're making your way back sort of northeast. Dusk Hawk Hill, of course, kind of being the central point on which the rest of the sort of outer city rests. So you make your way back through and into Stony Eyes. Stony Eyes is busy. There are porters kind of coming and going. A lot of people kind of coming in off shift. Certainly a lot of folks carrying things to and fro. And of course, that smell just hits you as soon as you make your way into the region. There is, just even at a glance, a distinct amount of order in this area, largely because of the threat of the Bloody Hands that you've kind of heard about and Zabiana warned you about. So is there, I assume you're just kind of, like, what's your approach to the slaughterhouse is going to be? There are a few.
We all strike pretty intimidating figures, so probably not the most just standing in front of the building because people are going to be like, who the fuck are these guys? Although Echo looks like a little girl, so Echo could.
I am a little girl.
Yes. And so you look like one.
You look like what you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Echo could scope the place out and kind of check back in with us in hiding. We do like a long range kind of recon. She does something a little more up close.
I mean, you could also take off your hitman mask and just be someone wandering about.
Yeah, I could be Quinny Brown Barrel.
Maybe you could be taking your daughter on a tour.
Sure. Do you like that?
Slaughterhouse tour.
Oh, you're excited by a slaughter. Okay. Yep. You are.
Yeah, you're one of those cool daughters.
You are Echo. I do have a cool daughter, okay?
It's me now.
I have 2 cool daughters.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have nothing.
And as I understand it, that's how you like it?
It's how it is.
That's how it is. Okay.
I'll stay here.
Yeah, good.
And bind my wounds.
Good. And just so we've really painted the scene, where is here? Where we're talking right now?
I'm at the edge. I'm where you are, you fool. I'm at the edge.
You fucker.
What are you, blind? We're at the edge of Stony Eyes.
Okay.
I'll stay out of the territory because I draw attention with my beret, flame tattoos, sunglasses, cigar, and fully black plate mail.
All of which you refuse to take off.
The outfit is who I am.
Right.
The darkness comes from me.
Okay, cool. I'll just, give me 1 second. I'll just slip into a shadow. Just like Quinny Brown Bear comes out, just the costume is gone. Just like, all right, yeah. Tom, at the Elf Song Tavern where we went to like regroup and then head back out, could I have gotten a short rest? I can't remember how we do short rests.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah?
You could have taken a short rest
I'm
for
just
sure.
gonna get my
And similarly, Ryan, if you want to spend.
That's what I figured with
hit
this.
dice, yeah.
Hanging out here, I'll count as my short rest.
precious spell slots, and I will roll one of my d8s to try and get back getting punched in the back of the head while I ran away like a coward. Nice. I am back to 1 million ants.
Mr. Forsaken,
Yes.
can I please have my gold back?
Yes.
It's 495.
I'm aware. It's still in your pouch. I wasn't robbing you. I was taking it away from a confused old man who kept trying to give it to priests.
No, that was smart. I just want it back now.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Buy explosives.
I will.
Okay. Echo, you're my daughter, and we're going to check out the slaughterhouse because that is what you, my daughter, are into.
Can it be my birthday?
It can. Happy birthday, Echo.
Happy birthday!
You have to give me a present.
Your present is the slaughterhouse tour.
I'm
Okay,
going
you
to
have
give
to
you...
give me a souvenir.
I'll find a pig's foot or whatever. Let's go.
All right, so you approach
the famous pork burger slaughterhouses.
You approach the slaughterhouse, and there is certainly gore in the gutters around this area. It's very clear that the slaughterhouse is not a pristine operation as you would somewhat expect.
So gross. It's awful.
That they have
The gutters of the
specifically
street are
gore
just
gutters.
running with meat. It's so gross.
It's filtered. It's just the blood.
It's filtered
Filtered?
meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep the good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But they have there's in sort of classic weird
Echo likes this.
try to put
Echo likes this.
Yeah.
Laura is. Oof.
in classic put a big industrial thing in the middle of a town. There's a very nice facade behind which is a very industrial slaughterhouse, and you can see there are a few of these kind of lined up. You can also tell that this area has basically been carved out of Stony Eyes. So in that there were probably houses or other buildings here that have been knocked over in order to make way for these new, like, again, relatively recently constructed slaughterhouses. And yes, the facade is very welcoming, friendly, almost more of a chocolate shop vibe in terms of just like, looks very friendly. There's big windows. Inside looks like a very quaint little butcher shop. Very white and clean. But again, you're stepping over blood in the gutter, so you're well aware that this place is...
It's like me.
Yeah,
it's
there you go.
sweet on the outside and death on the inside.
So you roll in.
That's right, sweetie.
The door opens. Echo, you roll in with your dad behind you. A little bell tinkles, and there's a musician in a corner on a lute, just quietly strumming very calming, happy, essentially Muzak tunes.
They got a bard for lobby music?
They sure did.
Wow, that's quite an operation.
And a tall, smiling orc in... for lack of a better term, like Caesar Flickerman from Hunger Games level of overdone, like big curling hair, like big cuffs, big frills around his neck, wearing a butcher's apron over like a Mozart style outfit, sitting behind the desk, and he stands up and says, "Hi there, hello, welcome to Ham Hocks. Are you folks lost?"
No, not at all. 2, please, for the tour.
A tour?
The tour of the slaughterhouse?
Oh, I'm afraid there must have been a misunderstanding. Are you two tourists to our fine city?
Yes. Yeah, no. It's okay, Echo, sweetie. Daddy's going to talk to the nice person here, and we're going to get this all figured out. Yes, we are tourists here. I paid a handsome sum to someone who said they were a tour guide and a representative. Then they assured me that we would have reserved tickets for the slaughterhouse tour. My daughter here is a little different, we'll say, but she just, she loves this kind of stuff, and it's her birthday. And
Slaughterhouses are also called abattoirs.
They are. That's very good. That's a very big word.
She knows so much. So
Abattoir.
if we could just get those tickets that should be under the name Quinny and Echo.
No, sir, there's been a misunderstanding. Can you roll me a deception with advantage because you have disappointed child with you, which really opens a lot of doors.
Yeah, if this is like a bloody hands thing, my goal here is obviously, there's no tours. Like, oh man, I'm such a rube. I'm so easily to take advantage of. All I have left is
that's a smart play. Yeah.
It's like, I was told that there would be a tour here, and oh gosh, what a mess.
Cornucopia Quinny's coming out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you have advantage.
Oh,
yeah, you have advantage from Echo.
Fucking matters.
27. Nope, 27 will do.
So the attendant looks crestfallen. As some of you may know, my wife used to work at ticketing, and people would show up to like the Wiggles with counterfeit tickets. Ooh. And she would just watch like a parent have to turn to a family of like 4 kids and be like,
shit.
Daddy got conned. So having a child with you who is like deeply upset about not getting to go on an event, powerful weapon in Quinny's arsenal. Also, Ginny would never pull it off. Yeah. So Echo is the right person for this. So the orc just taps the side of his face thoughtfully and says, "Oh dear. Well, this is quite a conundrum. I obviously we here at Ham Hock love serving the community. We love being a part of the Stony Eyes community, and make sure we're having a fun run next week through downtown. So if you want to attend that, that's wonderful. But I'm afraid we don't offer tours. It's unsanitary to bring outside people
it's okay,
in.
Sweet, it's okay.
And we really." whoever you paid, I'm afraid, was not a licensed or approved member of the Hamhawk family. So I'm very sorry to both of you, but there's very little I can do.
Oh, just my luck. You know, we're
birthday.
I know, sweetie. We're tourists in this town. I brought a bunch of money to spend at like this gift shop of the slaughterhouse and all that kind of, you know, it's their birthday present.
Mister, just because
And
my
someone
dad's
out there went and took
poopy.
advantage of, you know, two
dear.
simple folk from out of town.
Oh dear.
You know,
And then all of a sudden,
you have to spend the money somewhere else, sweetie.
door boots open from the side of this small room, and you can see this kind of like the orc whose name is Remy Pancake is behind the desk. There's a door to your right. You came in from a door to the south. Beyond that, there's two doors that lead kind of back into the slaughterhouse properly. Door to your right boots open, and a smiling man emerges. He is wearing the fantasy equivalent of a tracksuit. So it's kind of a bright yellow, vaguely velour tracksuit. He's got his hair slicked back, a little attempt at a mustache, and just a big I heard money grin. You can practically see the gold coins in this man's eyes as he throws open the door. And he emerges and he says, Lopsy, buddy, that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough. We got this from here. These are customers. These are visitors to our fine city, and we should be doing everything in our power to make sure that they get the right experience, shouldn't we? And he just yells over his shoulder, "Baby doll, come out here. These fine folks, they're looking for a tour or something. They've got money to spend." And you hear some shuffling, and this guy, he's got, like, for kind of the relaxed nature of his outfit, he's got like a big gold chain around his neck. You can tell it's like his shoulders kind of hunched, and when he turns to the office, he does a full Michael Keaton turn. It's like a full body turn into the office, and there's some shuffling, and a guy who looks like a slightly younger but weirdly having lived harder version of this man comes out. He's wearing a bit of a rumpled sort of fantasy suit. His hair's a bit longer, but also slicked back. No mustache. He's got an unfortunate hand tattoo of like a heart that says Bob. And he comes out and says, "Yeah, Dad. Yeah, okay. Hi. Sorry, my name is Mr. Harvey. I run this joint. You'll have to excuse my father, Bob." And he goes, "Baby doll, you don't need to apologize for me. These nice people, they need help." And he's like, "Yeah, please don't call me that in front of people, Dad. Look, one dad to another, or he's a dad, one kid to another. I get it. You guys, you said you want to see the slaughterhouse."
It was my birthday, and my daddy promised me that I could get a tour of the slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouses are my favorite places.
And Bob's like, "Look, his dad promised her."
This is my daughter Echo. My name is Quinny. Mr. Harvey, Mr. Bob Harvey here was saying that we could maybe come to some sort of arrangement. I'm so sorry. We were told, and I paid good coin for tickets to a tour of the slaughterhouse. My daughter is very, very, she has very niche interests, and we try to nurture that kind of uniqueness about her. She loves slaughterhouses, abattoirs. She taught me that word today. And gosh, I just, if you could do anything at all for us, we would love to. I mean, I could pay.
And Bob just full body turns to BJ, being like, "Look, he promised his daughter. I promised you lots of. You've got an interest in slaughterhouses too, We dads got to look out for each other, right?" And BJ's just like, "Sorry, you said you got coin?"
Oh yes, yeah. We're here on vacation.
Okay,
so.
All right. What did you pay for your tour? I'll knock it off the ticket price.
We paid 200 gold. We thought we were buying the tickets in advance.
You paid 200 down. Okay, well, and sorry, how much did you say you have?
And Quinny doing like just some quick math of like, I'm not going to give this guy all of our money kind of thing. So Quinny will be like, I only brought 800 gold with me.
You only brought in. Okay, well, that's good. That's good because we normally only offer this to investors. Tabby, who owns these places, she's very particular about who we let through. It's a full family, the Hamhawk family process is very important. So normally it's only investors in this operation that we let through. But, if you've got 800 gold with you, you know, you're robbing me and my dad here, but we can. Yeah, we can. You already paid someone 200. Wasn't one of our guys, but that's fine. I'll knock that off. We'll call it 600 even, and you can have the special tour. I'll get Lopsy to take you through. And meanwhile, Lopsy's sitting behind the counter, sweating bullets, and just kind of tries to lean over to you, Quinny, and whisper very stealthily. Says, "You really don't want to go in there. It's not pretty or beautiful, and there is no tour. You're being fleeced."
Can I overhear this?
Yeah, roll a perception. Because he's actively trying to make sure
13.
You don't hear it because he doesn't want this man's daughter to know that he's an idiot.
13.
13. Okay, unfortunately, no. But I think you would observe. Well, no, I think we can say that Echo is so busy being weepy that she just doesn't notice.
Okay.
Okay, so I take that in. This guy is, in a roundabout way, working against our interests.
100%. Yeah.
And
you met the one good person in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
He's fucking you.
And I'm still like reeling this fish in, so to speak, of like, I need to be like the dad who's like, oh, all the remaining like gold kind of thing that I've got. Oh boy, I need to mull this over. Like, if we do this, it's the only thing we can do on our trip kind of thing. Like, gosh, this is really expensive. Oh boy. And just kind of like looking at his daughter and at the guy.
Big eyes looking up at you.
And then this guy says, "You're being fleeced." And so I think Quinny needs to kind of thread the needle here and just will too loudly say, what does fleeced mean?
And immediately Lopsy's eyes go wide. And BJ turns to him and says, "Yeah, Mr. Lopsy, what do you mean by fleeced? What's that supposed to be in?"
Oh gosh, fellas, we don't want any trouble here. I'm just trying to.
No, do you slaughter sheep too?
Well, we do. I was just explaining that. Well,
sheep
sir,
have fleece?
Was that another butcher term, sweetie?
I mean,
sir, I simply
it's adjacent.
I simply mean that we do not
I learned that
offer
word too.
a tour experience at the slaughterhouse, and as a result, this gentleman and his daughter might be disappointed that there's no official. And BJ just snaps his fingers, and immediately two guys wearing butcher's aprons just come out of those back doors. And it is, these aprons are stretched over these massive, massive hulking goons. And one of them just puts a hand on Lopsy's shoulder and says, "Hey, your shift is up. You need to come with us." And Lopsy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And BJ says, "Hey, no, don't worry about it." Bob says, "Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll give you a couple demerit points for speaking out of line. Just go back there and we'll just add it to your time card, okay?" And Lopsy just nervously looks at all of you and mouths "run" at you as he gets pulled into the back room.
Bye, Lopsy.
And immediately one of the goons comes out, takes the apron off, like straightens his hair a little bit, sits down with like a whoomp as the chair creaks under his weight, and just like puts big hands up on the table and just nods and says, "It's a very good tour."
Okay. Fellas, I'm a little confused here. It's going to cost me 600, the rest of my gold for this.
That's what he said. And Echo's like jumping up and down now.
Yeah, BJ is like, well,
Quinny is spotting danger. Echo is missing.
to check your math a little bit there, sir. No, the rest of your gold is 800 gold, and you already paid 200 gold, as I understand it, to someone who isn't us. So if you would like a tour that we do not offer to anyone but investors, spitting in the face of the owner, Tammy
Dad,
Hamhog.
being so nice. Don't ruin my birthday.
An investor tour? That does sound pretty fancy and exclusive. It's for investors only, you say?
That's what I've been saying, yes. But if you don't want to see the wonders of the slaughterhouse, then that's fine. You can.
This is amazing.
Bob leans over to you, Quinny, throws an arm around you, and just like whatever the fantasy equivalent of Axe body spray just washes over you. And he says, "Hey, listen, kid, I've been in the dad game a long time, and I got to tell you, if your kid shows an interest in a profession, you really got to lean into that. Slaughterhousing's a pretty popular gig. You can get it in the ground floor, and that's only if you buy the executive ticket. Otherwise, what's she gonna grow up to be? Just some fucking putz. That's right. She's going to grow up to be nothing unless you show her the slaughterhouse ways. And then maybe she's got a future. What are you going to retire on there, friend? You got a plan? You got a retirement plan? No, you don't. You need
Dad,
to set your kid up in an industry.
I guess I can trust you guys. You helped me realize that the scum out there were, misleading us. So, yeah, okay, 600 gold. You got it.
Well, all right. I mean, we really shouldn't be doing this. You can't go telling all your friends. But if any of them do want a tour, just pick the smart ones, like you. A smart, handsome ones like you. You send them to us with 800 gold, which is the standard price. Again, we're giving you a hell of a deal on this.
I appreciate that.
Okay, well, great. Well, we'll just you give that to us here, and we'll get Toots here to give you a tour. And the big goon just kind of nods and says, "Yes, I will give you a very good tour of our facilities."
Toots, hi, Toots. Lovely to meet you. All right, so I've got the 600 here. And do I get a receipt or something, or?
Yeah. And he picks up a pen, like a quill, and dips it, and then just looks like pleadingly at Bob and BJ. BJ steps forward, like, "Yeah, listen, I'll let you give me that," and takes it. He writes a receipt, being like, admittance one, but he does it in doctor script, so he just writes so quickly and messily that it's vague enough that a flaming
inadmissible
fist,
in court.
That's it. Yeah, that a flaming fist wouldn't immediately go, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
Yes. Here you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Fold
It's
that
good. You're taking extra precautions. Baldur's Gate is full of ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-wells. I was
Outside
thinking,
of Stony Eyes, of course.
thinking
Things are good here, but
I was thinking a souvenir. Proof of purchase. What a fun idea. But that's a good idea too, is to be safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you two have a good tour. And
Thank you. We will.
Toots kind of creaks up out of the chair and says, "Okay, if you two will follow me, we'll go see." And he actually gets down to your level. Echo is like, "You want to see some slaughtering?"
always.
And right. Echo's grabs Quinny's hand, and then the other hand grabs Toot's hand and was try to walk between them.
But still in your chair though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So just swinging between. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and Toots honestly looks charmed by this. This is he never gets to do this. All right. So the three of you make your way into the slaughterhouse. Meanwhile, the Forsaken, what have you been doing while this hapless Rube and his daughter have a birthday trip?
The Forsaken he bound his wounds, and then he's just been lurking. Because he's at the edge of Stony Eyes and he doesn't want to cause a problem. So he's just kind of waiting. And then he realizes there's something that he's been meaning to do. And you know what? They're off on their mission. They're doing those important things, which means this is a perfect time to go pick up a number 4 ass that's been left on layaway for him at another location. Because nothing's going to go wrong at the slaughterhouse, so it's a good time to do a chore. So he needs to go to the mortuary house to pick up an anus.
Great. All right, so the Forsaken, you return to Heapside in order to return to Kendo Hollow's funeral arrangements. You arrive, and there is another person out front handing out flyers and brochures who, sees you approaching, and there's a brief flicker of, "Oh shit," followed by a winning grin. And the goblin porter comes up and says, "Well, hello, fine sir. You seem like a man on a mission to a funerary arrangements service. Kendo Hollow will take the utmost care of your loved ones or enemies. If you seem like a fearsome warrior, what services can we provide for you today?"
"I'm here to pick up a number 4 ass."
Well, that's you must be mistaken, sir. We only handle funeral arrangements," he says, giving you a fuck's sake, shut up look.
"I'm here for the number 4.
"Oh yes, number 4 on our," and he, at this point, holding up the cards, "on our list of services. Oh, and I see you're burying someone who was an ass in life. I understand you, sir. Please come inside immediately."
"Okay." Follow him inside.
Roll. I gotta roll a perception check for the crowd.
Brian's narrowing eyes is very funny.
The mental conditioning Butthole has done to himself. This is really impressive. I don't know what's going on here.
Stuff. So you're brought in very quickly through the nice, beautiful, front room into the back. The goblin's like, listen, we have it ready for you, but you can't just be out there yelling this, or you're going to bring the flaming fist down on us.
No one told me what to do other than to say Mr. Ass Cheeks needs a number 4.
Yes, I believe. Hang on, I'll ask Leilani. Ma'am, is there a Mr. Ass Cheeks?
That's what I was told.
Is there Mr. Ass Cheeks number 4? And just like little curtain parts, just a bag, like a paper bag with an ass in it gets shoved through. He says, "Yeah, here you go. Now listen, you're obviously here buying stuff. Do you need anything else? Is there anything else we can assist you with? I assume you sent an associate previously. We would have remembered one of your stature."
Yes, just a moment. And he wants to check the bag. How's this torso ass thing looking?
Looks pretty fucking good. Quinny dealt fairly with Leilena. He paid good money for the ass. Described exactly what he needed. So no, this is going to make friend look great.
Okay. I'm impressed by the quality of your ass.
No, thank you.
What other services could you offer one such as me?
He sort of scratches behind his ear a little bit, and he says, "Yeah, you know what? You'd best talk to Leilana. I don't really feel comfortable selling you on this." And he says, "Ma'am, can you see a tall, imposing gentleman?" She goes, "Yeah, send him back."
Excellent.
And the curtain parts, and you make your way back into the same room Quinny was in. You find Leilana just full on wrapping a body, just like fully wrapping a body in sort of like, because it wouldn't have plastic, so I guess burlap and paper, just like a big hawk of meat, but like a full size body, and just like pulling twine. And she says, "You'll have to excuse him. He's twitchy. Yes, you require additional services." And she rolls the body off the slab into a mine cart where there are several other bodies wrapped and stuff. She kind of turns, dusting her hands off, and says, "Yes, are you seeking commission for the bodies you send? What's your deal?"
I'm here wondering what other services you may be able to offer. I'm impressed by the quality of the ass I've received.
Yes, the number 4. Yes, we did excellent work on that one. Yes. Well, what services would one such as yourself require? It seems. Are you looking to test your weapons on bodies?
Just smoking his cigar, and he says, "Explosives." It seems like you have mine carts, perhaps access to a mine, and I need things that go boom.
And she nods and says, "Interesting. Have you also seen the stage play Bad Boys 2?
Of course I have. I'm not a
So you're
fool.
looking to put explosives inside of bodies?
Perhaps, or perhaps inside of buildings.
I see. Well, Mr. What should I call you? Mr. Ass Cheeks?
You can call me the Forsaken.
So Mr. Ass Cheeks is not your actual name?
Correct. That would be silly.
It's really going to fuck up my paperwork. Fine. Mr. the Forsaken.
Yes.
Are you planning to blow up anything in Heapside?
No.
Is this an upper city kind of deal?
No.
So it's a lower city kind of deal?
Correct.
Where are you going to blow things up?
The slaughterhouses in Stony Eyes. Just one of them. To make an example.
Do you take issue with the Dead 3?
No.
Why are you trying to blow up their slaughterhouse?
I needed to move to a different location. It's been stolen by a coward and his weird father.
Fine. Yes, well, I will admit, the bodies that disappear in there do tend to just disappear, which is deeply frustrating to me in my business. So yes, that is fine. Unfortunately, I cannot help you with explosives. However, I would recommend there is a store that you can find in Heapside, just a few doors down. It's called It's All Fun and Games. If you say you're looking for a party game, they might be able to assist you. Unfortunately, the associates on the other end of this minecart are more alchemical in their capabilities. So if you required potions of some sort, they could assist you, but they don't make explosives.
Ah, interesting. If I need alchemical assistance, I will return to you.
Yes, just please don't yell about our special
I'm not here
services.
for asses anymore. I'm here for potions
Don't
and
tell
unguents.
people that either. We're a very reputable establishment.
Ah, the secret must be maintained.
Yes, that would
You
be
live in the shadows
correct.
like me. I will go get these party favors.
Also, and she looks at your shield and your general countenance and says, "You seem like a man who does a lot of murders.
Correct.
You got a use for those bodies? You eat them or something? Or
No.
In that case, any bodies you send my way will render a very nice discount on any services I can assist you with."
Excellent. Do you have the ability to send a letter to someone in town?
There are porters everywhere, but yeah, sure, I could do that for you for a price.
Well, let's just say this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. And he's going to write a letter to Luck Duck and just set up a straight from the ducks to the to this place body delivery.
Send
all the dead rats. Everybody got murdered because there's way too many bodies to get dealt with quickly.
Right.
Just get them shipped here.
Yeah. She smiles and says, "Well, excellent. It has been a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. the Forsaken."
Yes, right back at you. Time to go collect some party favors and then continue the slaughter.
And she just nods and goes back to wrapping bodies. She's a busy lady.
This ass is number 4. It's time for slaughter number 5. He turns and strides out of the building.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.